The Hollywood Tower Hotel was the height of glamour and luxury until that fateful night when 5 people checked in, never to be seen again.
Welcome to the Hollywood Tower Hotel, where the elevator
I'll take you to 13.
shoots you straight up. And when the doors open, you're in for the elevator ride of your life. Enter a new dimension of fear.
Hollywood Tower Hotel.
A 13-story plummet, faster than gravity itself. Straight down through the historically haunted Hollywood Tower Hotel. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, now open at Disney's California Adventure Park.
You can't miss it.
Drop in if you dare.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Disney's California Adventure is a new, chilling, high-speed supernatural thrill ride premiering May 5th. Based on a lost Twilight Zone episode, this hotel experienced a mysterious occurrence one stormy night, according to Disney legend. As the elevator ascended, lightning struck, causing a hair-raising elevator drop from 13 floors.
This hotel hasn't been in operation since 1939, and for some reason, the motors have started back up. The hotel is coming back to life and bringing you with it and taking you to a dimension that you've never seen before.
Walt Disney Imagineer Michael Sprout wrote the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror story, just as Disney production designer Neil Engel helped bring the story to life.
It's as if everyone was sitting here one moment and the next moment they were not. A card game being played where one of the players was going to win incredible points. We have another set where people have just finished pastry and coffee. They all just sort of left here in a very big hurry.
With imaginations that work overtime, Disney Imagineers say they continue Walt Disney's vision by always raising the bar by creating thrilling new attractions like the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
This is a major thrill attraction, and once you get on that elevator, there's no way in the world you're going to avoid screaming.
There's a new spine-chilling high-speed thrill ride premiering at Disney's California Adventure on May 5th, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. It's an attraction unique for Disney guests and exceeds even Walt Disney Imagineers' expectations.
A lot of new special effects in our show scenes that none of our guests have ever seen in any other attraction. And we've taken advantage of a programmable ride system that delivers all kinds of surprise moves. It's really a fantastic show.
Reaching 183 feet, this is Anaheim, California's tallest building, and its Hotel Pueblo Deco design is apparently overly convincing.
It is designed to encourage out-of-town guests to call the City of Anaheim Chamber of Commerce and ask about where they can get reservations for it, which has happened.
If that's not enough attention to detail, there's a Disney Imagineer who adds a final touch that's sure to make the hair on the back of your neck rise.
Well, the cobwebbing in the hotel has been strewn throughout to create a sense of a building that's been abandoned for many years, and then it also creates eeriness and a mystery in the hotel.
And it's thanks to this Disney Imagineer who's made sure you'll get the ride of your life. 13 stories, straight down.
This is a very unique attraction. you can't compare it to anything else. You know, it's not a roller coaster, it's not a carousel, you know, it's not a ride simulator. The things that our guests can experience on this attraction are unique. You can't go anywhere else and get this experience.
The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, where guests check in, but they don't necessarily check out.
It was so fun. Awesome.
It was the best ride ever, hands down. We want to go again.
I've never screamed that loud before. Yeah, it was like I'm losing my voice right now.
Drop in if you dare. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror attraction at Disney's California Adventure is setting a new benchmark for thrill seekers.
Elevators were like this at work. It'd be real exciting going to work every day.
As the biggest addition to Disney's California Adventure to date, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror is also one of the most advanced multi-sensory attractions anywhere in the world. This ride's fright-filled journey begins as guests board a decrepit hotel elevator.
And it reminds you of being a young kid and sitting in front of the TV and being scared to death. And it only gets better.
The elevator takes guests through the fifth dimension as they take a not-to-be-forgotten journey into the Twilight Zone, falling 13 stories faster than gravity. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
It was great.
We've done it twice now, and I wouldn't mind doing it again. It's just fun.
You have to go on this ride. It's a free fall. You have to go.
What we've done is we've taken a lost episode of the Twilight Zone, which is one of the best TV series, you know, about science fiction and the supernatural, so it's just steeped in mystery and intrigue, and we've married it up with a thrill ride that's all about excitement, and it's just the combination of the two makes a fantastic thrill experience. The scariest part of this is really psychological, and I think we've worked really hard and successfully at building that up. I mean, mostly you'll end up scaring yourself in your own head before you even ever get on this attraction. And so in the dark, in the claustrophobic spaces, and in the loud, noisy special effects that we've created, I think you'll have yourself so worked up that by the time you get on this ride and actually do this big drop, it'll feel like a big release at the end, but you'll have scared yourself silly in the process. It's really great. It works really well.
This story is open-ended because Rod Serling will tell you himself that you were fortunate enough to re-emerge from the fifth dimension. Some people aren't so lucky, so maybe the next time you come back, you know, maybe you'll just go off into the Twilight Zone and never return.
Well, you know, the libraries are chock full of all kinds of memorabilia and figurines and priceless antiques, literally priceless antiques, as well as some obscure references to maybe some of the Twilight Zone episodes that I think a true Twilight Zone fan would really know. I think some of them are the kind of thing that maybe a Twilight Zone newbie or a Twilight Zone I want to learn about, you know, would discover them and say, you know, I saw something in there that looked kind of strange for just being on a table. I wonder what that is. And you know, they might discover that as they too discover the wonderful world of the Twilight Zone, as it is in reruns even to this day, that they might find a couple references that are so obscure that I challenge them to find out what episode that's from. And you know, there's some crazy fans out there, so I'm hoping that they do find them, because I've put them in all kinds of crazy places. It encourages the guests to use their own imagination to discover, you know, who was sitting here and, you know, what motivated them to leave, and, you know, why is the chair there, and why did they leave their coat, and, you know, why is that pipe there, and what happened to the tobacco, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, will really intrigue the visitor that spends time in the lobby here on their way to discovering the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, what this hotel is really all about.
Welcome to the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Your elevator will be here momentarily. Your rooms are ready. Please come in.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Incredible.
It was very
way
cool.
better than I imagined.
Really good. I think it's the best ride I've ever
Absolutely.
been on.
It was awesome.
I keep shaking. My
Yeah, we're
hands
still
are shaking.
I love the
It
ghosts
was
the best.
good.
The ghosts freaked me out. They were so real.
Maybe when you're sitting there waiting and the whole elevator shaft just shakes like that,
Yeah.
and then the bottom drops out.
It was great. It was scary.
Oh, going up that tower, that vibrating, and then that drop. Oh, the anticipation of the drop is.
It's unreal. You just don't know what to say.
It's still when that opens out and you look out into the park and see how high you are. It's just, and then you know there's only one way you're going, and that's down. It was awesome, though. It's an awesome ride. We need to get in line again.
I think we should get back in.